Welcome to part 5 of your quantum walk. I'm Tiffany Carter. Over 15 years, I've helped more than 150,000 people all over the world transform their businesses, wealth, and relationship with money by combining neuroscience, identity work, manifestation, and proven strategy. And during our 7 days together, I will be your guide to one of the biggest quantum jumps of your life. And so honored to do so. And I want to acknowledge right off the bat all of my quantum walkers. I would love it if you would take a screenshot or a video of you doing your quantum walk before we get started and share it on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at ProjectME with Tiffany, so I can share it and we can see all of the collective energy from countries all over the world of us doing this journey together. Because that collective energy, I know you can even feel it, especially my empaths and highly sensitives. We are being called as a collective to rise. Those of us who are more awake, those of us who were born as star seeds, those of us who have giant hearts, those of us who are compelled to be truth tellers in the world because our world is so broken right now and off track. And it needs us. And that's why there are so many people in this phase of being called to a higher level identity to quantum jump, because that's where the biggest differences can get made. You continuing to hold back on your gifts and allowing all of the crud of the world and the messaging and the things that have happened to you and haven't happened to you hold you back from what you're ultimately here to do, is not only doing a disservice to yourself, but a disservice to humanity, really, a disservice to the universe, a disservice to God. Because you were given these gifts and given these skills and learned these things and had these experiences and stories and hardships and trauma and successes because they were meant to be shared. They were meant to teach people, train people, educate people, guide people. That's why you're here with me right now, because I went on my quantum walk. And if I didn't do what I'm guiding you through right now, we wouldn't be here today, going through this beautiful process. And today is the day that we're getting on the motherfucking horse. It's time. You've been primed. You've trained. You've taught your horse that it can trust you. And the harnessing is what teaches the horse where to put its power, where to channel it. The horse was never the problem. It's just the easiest to blame. The horse can be a metaphor for the economy, for the family, for this distraction, that distraction, having this skill set, not having this skill set, whatever story it is. But it was never about the horse. The horse is always powerful. The issue is that this power had no clear direction. It was bleeding its energy all over the place. There was no concentrated energy force going on. So your ambition or lack of ambition that you might tell yourself, or all the ambition you have, isn't the issue. The intuition isn't the issue. The desires aren't the problem. The emotions aren't the problem. The gifts aren't the problem. The stuff that you're still working on isn't the problem. You've just had all of this incredible energy scattered in 27 different directions. So we're going to gather your power. We're not creating it. We're not manifesting it. We're not finding it. We're harnessing the power that you already have within you. And I know you feel it. I know you feel that fire. Something got turned up. It's like the gas on a gas fireplace got turned up in the ear of the fire horse, but you just didn't know where to quite place it or how to place it or what to do with it. And you weren't used to having this kind of fire, or at least feeling it. And so then it energetically bled all over the place and left you in kind of a sticky, icky state. But that's not where we're at anymore. Because your horse doesn't need more strength. It doesn't need more time. It doesn't need more money. It doesn't need more support. It doesn't need more proof. It needs a destination. And it needs to be able to have its power protected and focused. Most people are not lacking the internal power. It's that they either lack awareness that they have it, or that they're leaking it, knowingly and unknowingly. So as we're walking here, I want you to imagine getting on your horse. This is the moment. The trust has been built. The training has happened. The weight has been removed. It's an easy jump to get on your horse, like you've done it thousands of times. Very light, flexible, and free. I want you to picture yourself swinging yourself onto the saddle, and it feeling like that saddle was molded to you. You've never even been this high before, and you've never been on this horse before. Maybe you've never been on a horse, yet it feels like it was meant for you because it was. It feels like, wow, this is what it feels like to be where I was meant to be all along. You feel supported, you feel steady, you feel really connected to this horse, and you feel physically connected and safe. Your horse isn't fighting you. Your horse isn't dragging you. Your fire horse is waiting. It's waiting for direction from you. It's waiting for command from you. It's waiting for a decision from you. It's waiting for you to lead it. Where are you directing your power? Not what do you want, not what's your goal, not what are you manifesting. Where are you directing your power? We certainly don't want to direct your energetic force to more worrying, comparing, proving, people-pleasing, perfectionism, overthinking. Is it going into creating, receiving, leading, trusting, becoming? Where are we focusing that energy? Because energy will follow the direction, and horses do too. We need to fuel it. You can have a car and know that you want to get to a destination, but it requires fuel and someone to steer the car. The horse may even have an idea. There might even be a track, and it could follow the other horses and have an idea of where it needs to start and finish, or maybe it's kind of obvious. But is that going to make it feel the most empowered and free and focused to win, to get to where it wants to go without stress, to get to where it wants to go knowing where it's headed and knowing it's happening? You know, you might even be afraid of your own power. And I do think for so many of the people who end up being attracted to me, to my work, to my energy, because I always talk about how like attracts like, you've probably known for much of your life that there was something different about you. Even that you were meant to do something special in this world. that you think differently than other people. You see things other people don't. You pick up on stuff that no one talks about. And that's scary because you're not with the masses. You're separated from, and human nature does not want to be separated from the pack. And so subconsciously, we can do things to try to fit in, to dim our light, to downplay, to guilt ourselves into just being satisfied with X, Y, and Z, even though you're not. But that's not what the fire horse is calling you to do. You were given those gifts. You were given that direction by a higher source for a reason. It's not normal for people to think that at an early age. I've always known I was different. And then I felt weird about thinking that because it's like, well, does that make me a bad person? Does that mean I think I'm better than other people? No, you just have a different path. And it's not necessarily the easiest path, but it's a powerful one. Because once you harness this power, you cannot pretend anymore. You cannot downplay it anymore. You cannot hide from it anymore. Once you harness it, you're responsible for where you're going. So your fire horse beneath you is strong, is steady, is ready. And if this horse could only travel in one direction for the next year, even during the remainder of this fire horse year, which doesn't end until February 2027, where would you choose to go? Not 10 directions, not 5, 1, because harnessing is about concentration. It's about taking scattered energy and giving it purpose. The horse was never waiting for more strength or you to know more, be more, do more. It was waiting for the jockey to be brave enough and bold enough and committed enough to choose a direction, to choose a destination. And in order for you to harness that power, you have to protect your energy and your horse's energy like your life depends on it, because it does. You no longer can have energy vampires around you, tolerate unacceptable behavior, have low vibrating bullshit throw you off course, give your attention to people, places, and things and drama that does not deserve it, that is not part of the grand picture. And this can feel at first like this is a selfish act, and I guess, fine. Maybe it is selfish for you for once. There's nothing wrong with that. How about self-fulfilled? You deserve to be self-fulfilled. You were not put on this earth to only give and be for others. It's beautiful to do that, but not as a result of self-sacrificing you. Some of us were taught that. Some of us learned that. Some of us didn't know any better. Some of us knew better and did it anyway, because that's how we were taught we could get love and acceptance and avoid abandonment and conflict and all sorts of things. But none of that matters anymore. That can all be true, and none of it matters anymore, because we're not going to squash this power that we were given by a higher source that was there all along, where that flame got dimmed way down. Well, the fire horse has given you the gas. Where do you want to go? When we first started this walk, I asked you to look way ahead, even if you could only see an outline of it, of the destination you wanted to be in, the life you wanted to live, the lifestyle, how you felt in it, how you looked in it, and the horse standing behind you. Well, now you're a lot closer. It's not like we weren't walking this whole time. You were just walking beside your horse. And now you're on it. Now it can gallop. Now it can go a lot faster. It can even run. And you don't have to start out running. You can start out with a trot. You can start out with a walk. It's okay. Maybe you and your horse need more time to build more trust. And there needs to be a training period while you're harnessing this power. Maybe your power is rearing to go. But part of harnessing power is not for it to be a flash and it to then disappear. Part of harnessing power is to manage it so that you don't burn out, so that your horse doesn't fizzle out, so that your horse isn't overtrained, so that your horse doesn't get injured, so that it's sustainable power. And while you're on top of your horse and you're walking, what needs to be your commitment to the horse in order to best guard and therefore harness its power? We're no longer going to be bothered with blank. We are not going to ignore our bodies. We're going to make rest a very important part of the journey. We're going to make play a very important part of the journey, not to where it's a reward system, but where it's all part of it. We're going to balance it. It's not going to be all, we have to just keep trudging along and we have to keep going. That's not harnessing power. In fact, that's a setup for your flame going out. And you've done this before. You've been someone who's gone all in and done all the things and then fry out or get sick. That's not a pattern that works. What's a true training regimen and a care regimen that would make a fire horse, make it sustainable, where there's a balance, right, of rest, of play, of free time, of work, of buckling down, of doing the thing, of focus, of channeled energy? How do you want to harness this power that's within you, that's been here all along? And some days, and maybe even today, some days you're going to feel the power really strongly, that flame is high. And some days it's not going to be as high, but that's not a determining factor of if you have that power. It doesn't need to be this roaring flame of power all the time. That's not realistic. Is it realistic for a horse to be running all of the time? No. Is it realistic for a car to be running all the time? No. What would happen? It would get injured, it would burn out, it would die, it would crap out. You get to put healthy parameters around harnessing your power. What would feel good to you? What would truly feel sustainable to you? Where there is an energetic balance of, I know I have to work and stretch myself in order to reach this new destination in this life that I'm calling in, this destination I can see. I know because otherwise we don't grow if we don't stretch and Stretching can feel uncomfortable, even painful. But if you overstretch, now you injure yourself and you sideline yourself. We don't want to do that. What does it look like for you daily to harness this power of the fire horse? What are you committing to do? What are you committing to stop doing? And let me remind you, you also don't have to do any of this. You can get off the horse at any time. You can choose to not harness anything. You can abandon the horse. This is all a choice. Or you can reclaim the life that you were meant to truly have of abundance here. And focus in, lock in on no, hell no. I'm going to have the life that I want, and whatever else is there waiting for me from the universe, that and then some. And I'm not going to let anything or anyone get in my way. And while that might feel selfish at times to me and other people, that's fine. Maybe I get to be. It's self-fulfilling. And I deserve to be fulfilled. I deserve that. I would want that for the people I care about. I encourage them to pursue what they want to do in life and how they want to live and the life they want to live and how they want to feel. You encourage all of those people. Now you're going to take a heaping dose of that encouragement and give it to yourself and your horse. The blinders have to go on in order to harness energy. The things that cause you energy leaks, it can't look at them. Your ego and other lower entities are going to try to get you to be distracted, just like what happens in a race. You don't think horses could get distracted? That's why they have blinders on. And that's why there's training, and that's why there's a jockey. What do you need to do to set yourself up so that you can't go off course? My guess is you just single-handedly trying to go about something like this, powerful on your own, is probably not the best idea. It may have worked to a certain point until it didn't. Maybe you need to bring additional people on to help you in your team or in your household so that you can harness your power, your energetic bandwidth, your emotional bandwidth, your mental bandwidth, your physical bandwidth, and harness it towards where you want to go and not have it leak out on worrying about what's for dinner, getting groceries, cleaning the house, doing numbing admin tasks in your business, trying to figure out how to get your content working, how to do this or that, or that's all leaking out energy. That's the opposite of harnessing. What leaks your most energy, and what are you going to do to harness it? Set a boundary around it, outsource it, deprioritize it for the rest of this fire horse year. And then you can reassess. Are you willing to do that? I figured you were, or you wouldn't be listening this far. And the support that you need is there for you. And I have resources for you to have that support, whether it's in my ProjectME community, whether it's you doing the deeper work with repairing and rebuilding your relationship with money and success and visibility, in my Make More Work Less program that I have on special right now for my quantum walkers at projectmewithtiffany.com/special offer. All the resources are in the show notes. You can swipe up to access them, and they're also in the description here on YouTube. So you can't say, I don't know. I don't know is an energy leak. You being confused is an energy leak. You not knowing where to start is an energy leak, and it's an excuse. That's not going to move this fire horse forward. If you don't know, then you need to hire someone to guide you on that. And you have someone right here. But the reality is you also do know how you can harness more of this power. You already know where you've been leaking energy and paying attention to things that aren't going to move the needle. Out of guilt, out of obligation, out of fear. You're reclaiming your power by getting on that horse, and the horse can feel it. Only stay on this horse right now if you're committed to honoring, protecting, and harnessing this incredible magical power of the fire horse that only comes around once every 60 years. Don't you feel honored to be up there? It feels really comfortable, huh? But it might also feel a little weird because it's unfamiliar, because you've not put yourself there before. You could have put yourself there at any time, but you were meant to put yourself there right now. That's why you're here. That's why you're doing this. Everything that's gone on in your life prior to this has led you to this spot. All the shit you've been through, the successes, the dramas, the good times, the lessons. You wouldn't have been led to be here on this horse if it wasn't your time to harness your power, the power you've known that you've had your entire life. You know. That's why you've had people in your life want you to believe that you weren't powerful and you weren't magical and you didn't have it in you, and tried to cut you down and tried to minimize you and didn't lift you up. That's why you've attracted a lot of people like that, because it's so uncomfortable for people because they could feel that power. And that's their problem. You're on top of the horse now. They don't fucking matter. Doesn't matter. You're riding forward with integrity, with focus, with another level of fierceness, you know? And I don't mean fierce in terms of being mean or not caring, but fierce. You should be fierce and focused for the life that you want. Anything else won't get you there. And it needs to be going somewhere that you want badly enough. Where are you taking this horse? What's the one destination during this fire horse year that would make you go, holy shit, I quantum jumped? What is that? You can also write these down inside the part 5 of your Fire Horse Identity Journal. Hopefully you have this printed out by now, or you're doing it digitally or in one of your 5,000 journals. I know you. And if you've avoided writing this down and you keep putting off doing this work, that's an energy leak right there. Why would you avoid doing the work that's going to set you free? that's going to get you where you said you wanted to go? What are you protecting? Because when we're avoiding, we think we're protecting ourselves from something. It's important for you to look at that, because that's going to end up being the thing that holds you back. I look forward to seeing all of your videos and your photos of your quantum walks. I love being there alongside you and seeing all of them from all over the world. You can tag me at ProjectME with Tiffany. Swipe up. The special offer for my quantum walkers is in there, along with the journal. And share this with someone who comes to mind, who you feel would delight in this, and trust that the person who popped in your mind is meant to get this. Love you.